What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The claps are getting good. Alright, we're going to talk about a gun that has been hyped up the past few months so much. We have this Sig P365 Spectre comp, however you say it. Once again, I don't care. That is how I say it. Now, this is pretty much tricked out P365 from the Sig Custom Works. It has a gold trigger, gold barrel, kind of has a built-in compensator. We'll talk about that. And it has a much improved polymer grip. Now, if you look close, this is not the polymer grip. This is a metal grip from Icarus Precision. On top of reviewing this Sig Spectre, I'm also comparing this to a P365XL that has the Parker Mountain Machine comp. And because this gun had the Icarus grip, I wanted to put the Icarus grip on the Spectre so I could compare apples and apples. The mistake I made was this gun was loaned to me by my buddy Johnny. I gave him the factory grip back, said I don't need this anymore, when I did. So I apologize that I don't have it here to show you. Next time I see him, I will take a bunch of pictures and videos so you can see what it looks like. So we're just going to pretend that it has the factory grip. Everything I talk about, we're going to pretend it has the factory grip, and I hope you don't hold it against me that it doesn't have it in this video, but shh, don't tell anyone. Nobody will notice. I'm just going to sit here like this the whole video. Alright, we are going to go through the features of this gun, because even though this is the 50th version of the P365, not everybody out there knows all the differences, so we are going to talk about it. 12-round magazine. Comes with two 12-round magazines. Metal mags, made here in the States, very good quality. You can also get a 15-round magazine. So what I do, and the reason I carry one of these every day, you have 28 rounds in two magazines. I think I did my math right. I carry 12 plus 1 in the gun, the 15 in my pocket with my Neo mag, and kind of enough rounds for me. The magwell on the factory grip is very nice. 365XL. It's not as nice as this Icarus, but it's still a very nice magwell. Very generous. The grip texture on the Spectre comp is significantly better than the standard P365XL. The laser etching or whatever they did on here, it feels good, it looks good, it's a really nice grip. I'm happy with what they did with it. Same magazine release on all the 365s. They are reversible for you lefties. Good shape, good size, good texture. It does drop all of the magazines freely if you're worried, so I have no complaints with the magazine release. Now, the one thing that is different is going to be this trigger. I believe it's the same trigger pull and weight as the standard P365XL. It has that kind of slanted flat trigger. The one big difference is this thing is gold, and as my buddy Johnny puts it, this is Johnny's gun, good friend of mine, Paisan. We grew up in Providence together, and that gold trigger does something to my Guinea vibes, my inner Paisan. When we see the gold, we get excited. But the trigger is pretty nice, especially for a very small micro compact gun. It has a decent trigger. As always, let's take that break. Let's get up close and personal with the trigger so you can see it, smell it, lick it, taste it, feel it, and I will be back in 5 seconds. So the trigger on this gun, like I said, is fairly decent. Now the rail, the grip that it comes with, not this one, has the Sig proprietary rail. So luckily Streamlight does make a light that fits that proprietary rail. This Icarus grip has a standard 1913 rail. That's why it has the standard TLR7A on here. But either way, if you like this light, there is a few lights that work with that Streamlight, and there's a couple companies who make adapters for that rail, so it's not a huge deal. Slide release is always a very important feature to me because I choose to use it as a slide release. If you do, all the 365s are the same, and I think they are great to use it as a slide release if you choose to do that. The serrations on the Spectre comp are also improved, not only aesthetically, I think they look a lot nicer, they're also a little bit deeper, and you can use them to run the gun a little bit better as well. Not significant, but definitely they are a little bit better. There's also a couple relief cuts in here so you can see that sexy gold barrel. And the biggest thing on the front of the slide is going to be those two, I'm going to call them big relief cuts. I know they call them a comp, but I'm just not comfortable calling it a comp. We're going to talk a little bit more about this when we get to the testing, because it is better shooting than a standard P365XL, but I don't know if I would call it a comp. It's kind of weird to me. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Sights are standard Sig X-ray sights. If you don't know what that means, it's night sights, 2 dots in the rear, one in the front. The front also has a green circle around, which I'm a big fan of. As long as you are not colorblind to green, you will probably like them as well. Rear sight has a ledge for one-handed manipulations. More important than any of that, it is an optics-ready pistol. Every single gun should be optics-ready. I don't care. Every single gun. Lever guns, revolvers, I don't care. High points, they all should be optics ready. This takes the small Holosun 407, 507 footprint. A couple other brands work with that footprint as well. And the best part is you don't lose the rear sight. The smaller SIGs, you do lose the rear sight. With the XL size, you do not lose the rear sight, which is huge to me because I like having that rear sight as a backup just in case. Just in case. You take this gun apart like any other P365, which is a huge advantage. Even though it kind of has that comp, and I'll use my air quotes when I say comp, you still take it apart like any other P365. So we're going to lock the slide to the rear. We're going to triple check to make sure it's unloaded, even though you don't need to pull the trigger. This is the takedown lever, which we rotate down, and then when you send the slide forward, it comes right off. The captured recoil spring, and then that fancy gold barrel that just gets me all hot and bothered. The barrel aesthetically is very, very pleasing. I don't think it's going to be any more accurate than any other SIG barrel. Just so you know, there is a little bit of wear marks on here already. The gold tin finish is wearing away on the top and also a little bit on the bottom on the lugs. I don't think the barrel is going to rust under that, but it is just aesthetics, and I wanted to make sure you know. So again, the advantage of having this built-in comp is that you take the gun apart a lot easier, and you don't need to do anything when you first get it. The Parker Mountain Machine comp, and we're going to talk a lot about this in that comparison video in more detail, but you have to use shims, you have to time it. It's not difficult at all, but it does take a little bit of time, and if you want to take the barrel out, you have to undo all that. I recommend you use Loctite, and you have to retime it with some shims, so there's a little bit more complication to it, but it shoots significantly better. You need to watch that video if you're wondering which one to get. Anyway, we'll put this bad boy back together. You can look at the dimensions and the price. The price is crazy right now just because this is a new gun. Wait till the price settles down before you get one because prices are silly. All right. Testing. I brought this to the range a couple times, and because again I'm comparing these two guns, every single drill I shot with the Spectre comp, I also shot it with my Parker Mountain Machine. Even though I have tons of rounds on that, I wanted to shoot every drill back to back so I was familiar with the pros, cons, and the differences of these two guns. We did a ton of conceal carry type drills because this is a small conceal carry type gun. Of course, I always start off just ringing steel, getting used to that trigger, getting used to the recoil impulse and see what the gun feels like. After that, we did some drawing from the holster. Again, conceal carry gun, drawing from the holster, getting some rounds on target on steel and also on my foam dummies that I still have left over from previous reviews that have been shot so much. We also did a bunch of Mozambique drills. That was just the drill of the day for some reason. We did it facing the target. We did it with our back turned from the target. And we did several other small, quick conceal carry drills as well. After that, you know, we always do some running and gunning. Every single range trip, we get a heart rate going. We run around and act like fools because one, it's good for exercise. Two, it's good to get your heart rate up and shooting because if you're ever going to use your gun in a self-defense scenario, that heart rate is probably going to be pounding out your chest. So we like to, you know, create that environment as much as possible. Run around, scream and yell at each other, get stressed out. And the one thing I want to say about these guns, with the built-in comps, which help, and the ledge here, the Icarus Precision has a speed ledge on it. I shoot both of these guns significantly better than any gun this size, and even better than a bigger gun like a Glock 19, 17, P320, any of those guns that size. I shoot these just as well, if not better, because of the grip and the comp. Like, part of the drill when we were shooting, my buddies were shooting big full-size guns, and this is what I'm reviewing, so this is what I'm shooting. We were taking shots at 75 yards, and I was consistently, not every time, consistently getting hits out at 75 yards on steel with this small baby gun, and I was shocked because that is a very, very far pistol shot, especially for a gun this size. So, Pros I have. I think the Sig Spectre looks amazing. I think it is the best looking P365 they've ever made, in my opinion. I love the gold barrel. I absolutely love the gold trigger. The gold, again, just, I don't know, does something to me. I'm happy that their optic's ready and you don't lose the sights when you add an optic. That's always good. The serrations are good. The sights are good. And then the grip for the Spectre comp is really nice. The texture on it is significantly better than the standard P365. Now the cons, I don't know if I want to throw the comp in here, but we do need to talk about it a little bit. It's not a true traditional comp. Again, it's nice that you don't need to do anything. It's going to run a lot more reliable. Like sometimes, especially when I first got my Parker Mountain Machine comp, it was a little finicky with 115 grain rounds, and it still doesn't like some like Winchester white box, and there's another ammo it doesn't like, range ammo, where this is not going to have those problems. So it's easy to take apart. It is more reliable with the junk ammo, but it's not as effective. The Parker Mountain Machine comp does shoot significantly softer, significantly easier, and we will get into that in detail in that video, not in this video. Overall, I do think it is the best P365 that you can buy from Sig. Now, you can buy just the fire control unit and build your own gun out, and if I had to choose, this is exactly what I would choose. That's my gun, that's my build series, that's what I want. But if you want to get a gun from Sig, good to go, 100%, this is by far, in my opinion, the best option to do so. Before you go, do not go yet. I want to thank my man Johnny. Johnny, once again, I feel like I mention him in every single video. Good friend, loans me toys so I can show you guys in reviews, and Johnny is just the mother fluffing man, so thank you to Johnny. I also want to thank True Shot Gun Club. If you haven't noticed, I shoot a ton. Every week we shoot hundreds of rounds, and I would be broke if I didn't have wonderful sponsors like True Shot Gun Club. Good deals on ammo. Check the link down in the video description if you need ammo. Hook yourself up, and they hooked me up, so I wanted to say thank you. I did start a second YouTube channel. They're quick 15 to 60 second videos. YouTube Shorts. It's a backup in case this one ever gets killed. The link for that channel is at the bottom of the video description. And if you want to give me a follow, I greatly appreciate it. We only have 100 and change followers right now. Just so you know, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to know what I'm reviewing right now in real time before the reviews come out on YouTube, you can follow me on those two platforms. And I'm always sharing stupid videos and God knows what else. Well, who knows? We'll see. Most important, I want to thank you boys and girls for watching. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you think I deserve it, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button. Maybe drop a comment. I don't care. I love you. I hate you. You're an idiot. That's a beautiful gun. Sig Spectre, Parker Mountain Machine. Which one would you rather have? Drop that comment down there. I don't care. Drop any comment. Subscribe to the channel. That is a huge, huge help. If you subscribe and enable the bell notifications, you have no idea how much that helps me and how much I appreciate it. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you. Peace!